Hi everyone, so I'm back to share with you my design team project that I just completed using the Echo Park Let's Lumberjack collection. And I received the collection kit, so it had 12 double-sided 12 by 12 pattern papers in it and a sticker element sheet. I also received the 6 by 6 paper pad, and I also received the frames and tags. And I used almost all of it, plus a couple of sheets of white artisan just to stretch it out a little bit further. So let's take a look at what I've created. So what I've got here is I've got an album that measures 7.5 by 5.5, and I did a 2-inch spine. So I matted 3 different layers of pattern paper. So technically I guess it's 2 because this is a 4x4 cut apart. And what I did is each one of these layers I adhered to the back side a piece of lightweight chipboard because I wanted it to have some real stability because I was lifting it up 3 times. And then I just cut out 3 flags. They are, I believe, yep, 3/4 of an inch wide. And they are about 6.5 inches long, give or take. So I just cut out 3 of those, fishtailed them at each end. And then what I did is I adhered them to the back of this element before I adhered the whole thing to the front of my album, hoping that makes sense. So I kept it plain because I thought that's enough going on it. And then on the spine, again, I just used a piece of the pattern paper. This is an element off the sticker sheet, and I just matted it on some red cardstock. And then on the back, I always like to go with a dark paper on the back. I did my Handmade by Bonnie, and what I did is I just punched it out of a piece of pattern paper that's this black and white animal forest paper, and this is from the sticker sheet. Okay, so inside there are 3 pages with some flips and flaps. I did exactly the same thing on the front and the back, so it's just a pocket, and decorated them a little. No, actually I decorated them pretty much the same, the 2 pockets, but what's inside the pockets, all the photo mats, they're a little different in the front and back pocket. So this came from the frames and tags, and it says "Let's sleep under the stars." And what was singing to me was the fact that this was an outdoorsy, camping, fishing, cutting the firewood kind of paper. So on this first photo mat, what I did is I put down a piece of pattern paper, and then because I really like the 3x4 cut aparts, I used a lot of them in this project. So all I did is I adhered it to the front of the photo mat with the idea that you'd put your picture on the back, and this is decorative. I did not pop it up because of course all of this has to fit into the front pocket. And then on the second 6.25 by 4.25 photo mat, I was using pieces because I was down to almost nothing left. And all I've done is I did leave this that you can slide the picture in underneath it. So it's like a header, like I've done in some of my other albums. But I did put pattern paper on this because I really like this paper. It's just so simple and clean. And there's room on the back for a picture. I did do a lot of booklets in this album. I thought it was a way to get more pictures into it and save on pattern paper. So basically I laid down my pattern paper, and then this is a 4x6 cut apart, and it says "Once you go lumberjack, you'll never go lumberback," which I thought was kind of cute. And then, like I say, inside I just left it blank for journaling and for pictures. So that's what went into the front pocket. And remember, when I'm matting my albums, I typically go 1/8 of an inch smaller with my pattern paper. Sometimes on when I've got a 4x6 cut apart or a 3x4 cut apart, I'll do like 1/4 of an inch bigger for the mats, just because I like to showcase them. Page 1 front, I used 2 of the 3x4 cut aparts, matted them on some red artisan cardstock, and left them blank on the back so that room for pictures. I did pop up this element, and this is also from the 3x4 cut apart. And you lift it up, and then I did some paper piecing, and there is another booklet in this small pocket, and it says wild and free. Yes, you are when you go to the bush. And again, this is a 3x4 cut apart and lots of room for pictures inside. Now, I did put the book in the pocket, then I bring my flap down. There was no magnet holding this shut because I'm using these 2 3x4 cut aparts as what is holding my pocket or my flap down. So on the back of page 1, these are 2x2 cut aparts. They were on one of the cut apart sheets, and I thought that they just looked really nice there. I did round 2 of the 4 corners on each of them just for some interest. They are popped up, and in this pocket that is on this flap, I did do 2 photo mats that are 6 1/4 by 4 1/4. These come from the frames and tags, or tags and frames, and you can slide a picture in underneath them, and they're blank on the back for more pictures. And then this is where I use some of my white cardstock, and this is artisan that I happen to use here. So I did some paper piecing, and then I used some stickers, and what I did is Jen Palmer showed this trick to Tammy, and then I saw Tammy do it. What you do is you take the sticker and you just lay it down on your clothes, and it picks up some lint, so then it's not quite as sticky as what it once was, and that will give you the ability to get your picture right down when you go to add your pictures. So that's what I kind of did in this book. They're a little tacky, so that's why I'm using just my little tool here, trying to lift them up, and then you can put your pictures in underneath. And the same with this one. So that is the back of page 1, and there are mats in each of these top load pockets, and I believe they measure, yes, 4 1/4 by 6 7/8 is what they measure. So I have 3 of those going in the top loading pockets. So on the front of page 2, again, we're doing some flaps, something I always like to do. This element is popped up, and it is a 3x4 cut apart. It says, "Get lost in the woods and find yourself." Yes, that's how I feel every time we go camping. There is a magnet holding down these 2 flaps. And again, I just used some of the stickers. This one is, I believe, yes, it's from the frames and tags. It was in a frame, so I took it out of the frame to use it in this application. Made some more paper piecing to make the pattern paper go as far as possible. And it just flips and flaps. And again, we have another mat. And basically, I just used whatever scraps I had left for these headers. So on the back of page 2, we have this flap, and it has an angle pocket. And then in the angle pocket, I put 2 photo mats. Pictures on the back, or you could have the pictures on the front, because these little elements are from the frames and tags, and I don't always adhere my tags down, so there's room to put the picture in. And it's an angle pocket, and this is also from the Frames and Tags, and it says it's always time to go camping. Yes, it is. And then this flap flips open. Nice big space for some pictures here. These two tags are from the Frames and Tags, and some paper piercing to make the paper stretch a little further. And then I did another set of flaps, and this is from the Frames and Tags. There's a magnet holding this together too, and some stickers, and then some paper piecing. And then there is also a little sticker on that one. And then on the back of page 3, I have a set of 2 pockets, and these are for your 3x4 cut-aparts, or in this case I just used some of the pattern paper. And this is from the Frames and Tags, and so is this, and they're both popped up. And again, they just 2 in the top pocket, 2 in the bottom pocket, just for a little bit of interest, something a little different. And then this is from the Frames and Tags, and it is also popped up. And then in the back pocket, it is a repeat of the front pocket. So there's 2 photo mats with, I was using pieces. This is a 3x4 cut apart. There's room on the back for pictures. And I really like this timber. So I thought these are photo mats that are in the top loads pockets. So hope you enjoyed it. Would love to see what you create. Make sure to post those pictures to the Facebook group, Scrappers of Country Craft Creations, and also post them to my Facebook group, which is All Things Paper by Bonnie. I guess we'll see you in the next video. Hope you have a good day. Bye.